Here is everything that I am doing for my health and planning on doing for my health right now and in 2026. So I have done a lot of work for my health, and I have come to the conclusion that it's just going to be an investment that I continually make, because if you don't have your health, you have nothing. Wealth does not matter. People around you, like, you can't spend time with them the way you want to because you don't feel good. Your career is usually lagging because you don't have the energy and capacity to be able to like give your all to work, so then you're not making as much money, so that leads into the wealth thing. You have no capacity for like bullshit. You have no capacity for like stress and resilience when your health is crap. So yeah, it's an investment that I continually make in myself, because what the fuck else would I do? So some non-negotiables for me are to walk outside at least probably 4 days a week at this point, because it's freaking cold where I live now. I lived in California for 14 years. I walked outside every day, just about. Maybe like 1 or 2 days a week I didn't, but about every day. Now it's freaking cold, but in the summer, or when it warms up a little bit more, like, it'll be pretty consistently, I'm going to be walking outside. And the reason I walk outside is because of that lovely vitamin D that you get from the sun that just cannot be replaced. And then also it's just a stress reliever. Like, it's a mental break. It's a chill pill. It also spurs up creativity for me so much. So when I'm outside and I'm like coming home from a good walk, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta like hit record and make some content, because I have like great ideas whenever I do it. And then the second thing I do is I weightlift. I weight train. So if I'm gonna go to the gym, it's not gonna be to do some stupid HIIT class, boot camp bullshit. It's not gonna be to do some sort of circuit training, whatever crap. No, it's going to be progressive overload, specifically muscle building, strictly muscle building workouts that are going to get me stronger in the least amount of time, but I'm putting in some damn effort into those lifts. I'm not going to be doing light weights. I'm going to be doing between 6 and 12 reps typically. If I'm going above 12, like, I need to go heavier at that point. And I do some mix of machines, dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells. There's just like a little bit of a difference. I follow the Ladder app, and I also add some things or modify some things based on what my body needs specifically. I do that about 3 days a week. A good week would be 4. And then I've just recently started adding in yoga again. I'm a certified yoga teacher. I went through yoga teacher training. I have not done yoga since I moved from California to Nebraska. I'm originally from Nebraska, but I lived in California for a long time, and California is just like yoga city, especially Southern California where I lived. So I did yoga a lot, and now being here, I just hadn't found a new yoga studio, and so I found one, and it's amazing, and I want to be going on a regular basis. So that's kind of what I'm doing from a movement standpoint. The third thing that I do is non-negotiable. I eat before coffee, and I have no desire to eat very much in the morning, so I usually just like eat a hard-boiled egg. Then I have my coffee. It's always half calf, and I always want 2 of them, so that's why I do half calf, so I'm not like overly buzzing and stimulated and going crazy and like throwing my adrenals off track, because hormone balance is important. And then I have protein with every single meal. Protein and fiber is what I've prioritized, especially during the week. I don't care about like eating fancy and eating like super tasty and marinades and all this stuff. I don't worry about that during the week. I just need freaking fuel in my mouth. Like, I need to get my muscles the raw materials so that they can build and my fat can drop. And if I'm not doing that, then all that work in the gym is kind of for nothing. But when you have that combination of the right nutrition with the right workouts, boom, you will just lean out. And that is great for perimenopause people. That is great for menopause women. That is what you need. That is all you need, really, to be a very healthy, lean body composition. You're not going to be a bodybuilder with that, but you're going to be in a really good shape. I'm a size 6 when I do that. I'm an easy size 6 constantly. I'm 5'9" for reference. So, if that makes sense to you guys, I'm a size 6, 5'9". I'm taller, so, for like somebody who's shorter, they'd be like probably like a size 4. Now, to take things to the next level, because I'm always looking at improving. I'm always working on little things here and there. Like I just did a liver gallbladder flush. I may do another one this year. I hate the olive oil stuff that you have to do with it, and it's quite a bit of prep, and it's a little bit of a commitment. So I only do maybe 2 a year at this point. I did 6 my first year, and you just have to keep doing them to keep your liver and gallbladder healthy. I also had IBS my whole life, and so I have to do things to make sure I maintain a good GI tract, because liver congestion was a big root cause for me, and I did labs to figure that out. So that leads me to what I'm going to be doing, as I'm probably going to be running some more labs. I'm going to be probably checking either my gut and or I think I'm going to do a Dutch actually this month. A Dutch test is a dried urine sample that you take 4 to 5 times throughout the day, depending on the one you get, and you are getting your hormones, all your cortisol, sex hormones, all those tested, some neurotransmitters tested, oxidative stress, some different things that are in this test that are going to help understand what's going on under the hood hormonally. I plan on doing that this month, and then depending on what I see there, I might need to dig deeper and do a GI map, which is the stool test that might help me understand if there's a lot of inflammation. That can be the root cause of where the inflammation is. So you see those two kind of work together really well. And then thirdly, the third test I might run is some blood work. So I will be looking at specific markers and analyzing it functionally versus just looking at the lab ranges that the doctors would run. So this is a very different lens I would look through, if you will, from a root cause perspective. Blood work every so often. I haven't done blood work in a long time, so it's probably due, and I'm going to order it myself. If you guys want to know more, I do this with clients. I'll tell you more about how you can get this through me if that's something you're interested in. But I run this myself, so I'm going to run this. I'm going to buy the lab. I'm going to go to the local place. I'm going to get my blood drawn, and I'm going to analyze it myself. I'm not going to a doctor for this. Also, I'm not going to the doctor for any of this. I analyze all of these labs myself. I'll create my own protocol. All of those things is what we do in my practice. And then the next thing that I'm doing that I have just started dabbling into is peptides. So peptides are forms of protein, basically peptides make up protein. Amino acids make up peptides. So there's branches of amino acids kind of strung together. That's peptides. So they are proteins that your body already produces, but then you inject them typically in your body to signal to do something, right? So whether it's add more growth hormone, increase GLP-1, stuff like that. There's different peptides for different things, and I'm not an expert on all of them by any means, but it is a world that I've been wanting to dive into to try to kind of take my health to the next level, just because I'm turning 40 this year and I want to be the healthiest that I can be. And so I've noticed that my gut tends to get leaky very, very easily, and that's probably part of the IBS. I'm very sensitive to gluten and dairy. I know that about myself, so I try to avoid it as much as possible. It's not always possible. And so it gets really leaky, and then I break out. And that's what happens here and there, right? So in order to try to help bring that down, I want to take things like BPC 157 to try to improve my gut health. I did fall off my bike about a month ago, and I'm still dealing with some residual wrist pain and injury and stuff like that. So I might take some BPC 157 to see if I can help improve that injury. And then the biggest thing that has just been a challenge for me, not nearly as much as it used to be, because I used to be in a total insomniac. I still sleep at least 6 hours a night minimum, right? Which it used to be 3. So we're already doing a lot better. But a 7-hour sleep for me is pretty normal. I would really like to see that at 8 or 9, because when I get 8.5 hours of sleep, I am a freaking different person. I am a machine. And I would like to be like that more often. I'd like to be a machine every day. I would get so much more done. I have so much more mental clarity. So I'm going to be working on maybe some growth hormone stuff. It's also why I'm doing the testing. I want to see if I can get that sleep dialed in, get my mitochondria powered up, get my energy on point, get my mental clarity there. These are all really important to me in terms of improving my health. This is just what I'm planning on doing this year. If you have any questions or if you want help or guidance on any of this stuff, I also work with a handful of women every single month, one-on-one, and we help guide them through this exact process of running labs and figuring out what supplements they need, what foods they need, what maybe peptides might work for them. If that's something you're interested in, just comment the word apply below, and also send me any questions. Drop your questions on anything I talked about.